does get some healing waves connected to top himself back off. That was so many, so much damage from Jamili and Rosties as they connected onto Novos because they finally converged onto him. But now look, they have Bloodlust and they have Vendetta. Novos has no trinket. I'm so scared for Novos in this next kidney shot setup from Rosties and Jamili.
And Bolito's on his own mission right now. He's just trying to solo Rubcub, and maybe he can win the race. He grips Rosties off on the setup, but Novos has barely anything left. He barely sneaks the Spirit Link Totem in between the stuns. Rubcub used the Divine Shield for that. He felt like the kill was going to be had, but the stun was a hair too late, and Novos was able to get that Spirit Link Totem off clutch.
Yeah, barely saving himself right there. Great job by Novos getting his final defensive cooldown off, but that was his final defensive cooldown. So this next go from Regects is very scary, but that was a Bloodlust and Vendetta committed from Jamili and Rosties, and no bubble left from Rubcub as he goes into the full asphyxiate. Counter pressure as well from Rosties with that kidney shot, the Fist of Fury into the Blood of Silence onto Rubcub. He has no bubble, he's at 10% life. Does use that Blessing of Protection to try to save himself. Holy Light coming back off, topping himself back off.
He gripped him into line of sight of Novos to try and purge the Blessing of Protection, but fortunately didn't get lucky there. Novos has got his Earthen Shield totem down, but this is without Doom Winds and without Vendetta. So Novos' defensive cooldowns are really misaligned. He's going to try and juggle them, I think, with the Astral Shift for an attempt, but he also has no trinket for a blind, but they're just gunning down Rubcub. Tilted are going all in for a kill, and Rubcub doesn't have anything for this, and they are going to find it in those final seconds, and that Bolito one-man mission training down Rubcub works out. It's going to buy them a point on the board and an opportunity to swing this series back.
Yeah, and I love how Tilted played that. Instead of playing more defensive because they were in so much trouble with their Shaman and their Death Knight, they just said, let's push the pressure back onto them. Let's go onto the Paladin. Let's get those Death Grip setups into this Asphyxiate, into the Fist of Fury, into the Blood Elf Silence, push the pressure back on to the other team, and it really worked out for them.
Yeah, and that's a really big weakness for the Avenging Crusader as well, that when you pop it, no one on your team is basically going to go down, but once it's down, if you as a Holy Paladin get pressured, then you don't really have much to work with. So also you only have one Blessing of Protection and one Hand of Sacrifice when you're playing the specialization, so a lot less defense, and I really think that Tilted did a great job capitalizing in these windows when the Avenging Crusader was down to try to apply pressure onto Rubcub, so great job.
Yeah, and we've got a replay ready, Zico, if you want to break that down for us.
This was, in my opinion, the most game-defining moment right here. You can see here, Rubcub has been committed onto, and he has used his bubble because he thinks that, hey, I got my Avenging Crusader up very, very soon. And of course, the team of Tilted has capitalized on that little window right there, as I was talking about. But Rubcub has used his bubble. He realizes he has Avenging Crusader up soon. We should be winning the game here, basically. You can see here, Novos does not have his trinket available, doesn't have anything available really except that Spirit Link, I think, and then he has the Vendetta as well activated onto him from Rosties, the Bloodlust, the Doom Winds, all kinds of damage is coming into Novos. This is a big scary moment here where Novos would most likely go down. So this moment right here is what kind of defines the game, in my opinion, and we can go ahead and see what happens as that Blood of Silence is going to fade on the DPS. He gets that beautiful pre-link down right there in between the stuns. Novos was actually about 10% or so before that happened, and here Rubcub also committed his bubble to that kill. So in this moment, the Tilted not only survived in a moment where they should have died, where Novos had no cooldowns and the Regects had all of their offense up, but also they managed to get Rubcub's bubble in this moment. So this was a great victory for Tilted in terms of defense, and also a great victory for Tilted in terms of offense, because Rubcub is of course playing that Relentless Silence, and here he doesn't have any of his immunities. He doesn't have his Avenging Crusader. So right now we are very scared if we're Regects. You can see here Novos is actually kind of recovering at this point because he survived in that previous setup with that Spirit Link in between the stuns there. So you can go ahead and roll this next clip and see basically Rubcub is going to be getting set up on. He's trying to top himself up. Velito gets a beautiful Mind Freeze off. You can see Novos is just keeping his cool here, having a very defensive position in that Earthen Shield Totem. Gets a nice Hex onto Roast, his beautiful triple CC with that double stun onto Jaw and Rubcub. Chun-Li is going to go ahead and get that Fist of Fury to follow that up as well, and that's going to be a clean kill onto Rubcub with about 27 seconds remaining on that Avenging Crusader. So plenty of time still to chase him down as well if he doesn't go down right there.
I mean, I think you could chalk a little bit of that game up to luck. I mean, if Rubcub had just hammered down Divine Shield and stunned immediately, there was 0% chance Nova survived that. So it was that split second maybe of hesitation to do it, and then that split second of hesitation allowed Novos the gap to get the Spirit Link Totem, which was his only option to survive. So even though Tilted are showing signs of life and fighting back, that could have still just easily have been 3-0 right there.
Yeah, I'm not surprised to see the Regects are picking the same composition here as well. I mean, they had a very, very good shot at winning that previous game. Like you said, if Regects could have gotten that Hammer of Justice without leaving a gap there, the only thing that could have saved Novos was that gap with the Spirit Link, or maybe some big peels from his Windwalker. So I expect them to see the same match, and I still would give the edge to the Regects moving forward.
I really want to highlight Chun-Li's gameplay here in this match. He's using the paralyzes, the Fist of Furies, and the leg sweeps both defensively and offensively. It's one of the main reasons Novos is actually surviving at all. Nova's living at 10% life.